would be Levi Kitchen's gnarly crash. Dude, I couldn't believe it when I was watching it, and I don't know. So
such a high speed section to go down to. Honestly, I was watching it out at ACP there in Arizona. We had it on in the truck, and just asked too much from the bike, and the speed that he was carrying into that takeoff. All day it looked like, and I think when we were watching replay of AP, he kind of got unloaded on that jump a little bit too. So very, very kind of like a technical jump, a jump that you want to come in super fast to. As we're watching Levi, he wheelied up, he put the front wheel too far up on the takeoff of that jump, and compressed the suspension. Did the foot pegs kind of drag when he touched right there? Yep. See, his front wheel went over the top of it. So and we're talking inches at this point for the ones that are listening and watching the replay. Like, we're talking inches. So, this racing's, sometimes a game of inches, if not less than that. Right. So he came in too hot, put the front wheel up too far on that takeoff there, and it just ejected him. Real bummer to see. Very high speed section. Which it's a bummer to see, man. I don't even know what to say.
Yeah, it sucks. So I got to talk to our boy Mitch. It was right after time qualifying practice RV. We had a nice conversation, just shooting like we always do. And anyhow, he was talking about Levi. He's like, dude, Levi really likes the track and felt like it flows really well. And dude, he was definitely riding another level. Seco 290 asked, this is part of the Boxo breakdown, is there a potentially unsafe obstacle? If there's a potentially unsafe obstacle, how come the track crew won't fix it? Example, Kitchen. So you explained it already, RV. I mean, listen, the throttle, I always say this, like, I want the track to be safe, but the throttle also goes that way. And
yes.
That was a high speed obstacle where you have to slow down. And if you hit it too fast, exactly what happened to Levi will happen. And I mean, these guys, now this was the main event. They had ridden it numerous times by now.
Yes.
You know how it is. I mean, going back, could we have changed it? Could the SMX track could change it? Maybe a little bit, but I mean, at some stage, like, you have to, as a rider, you have to be calculated. And I hate what happened to Chef. I think he was going to win. Myself personally, he was riding really, really, really well. But he said it on his Instagram post. If you haven't seen it from Levi, he says it himself. He got too greedy. He didn't blame the track. He didn't blame the bike. He's just like, I felt like I had tapped into another level of speed, and I just got too greedy. And RV, you explained it perfectly with your analysis and given us a breakdown of what he did. And yeah, he just tried to carry too much speed. And when you're riding at that level, one little miscalculation can happen. And I go back to how you explained it with Austin Faulkner in Arlington last year. It was one of those areas where if you hit it too fast, something is going to go wrong, and you have to be present, and sometimes you have to check up to do things right. And he just hit it too quick. That's all. I mean, it happens. It happens to the best of us, dude.
No, it does. And I think I brought this up maybe 2 or 3 shows ago, of knowing when to hang it out and knowing when to be able to, slow down. I know that's odd to think like slow down, but that you're not just thinking of winning Daytona itself. There's a championship on the line. There's a long season. There's outdoors after this. You have to be able to. Championship guys always have to be, they have to win races. They have to be the fastest on the track a lot of weekends, but they also cannot end up on the ground, and they can't end up hurt. And they got to know when to, kind of pull the ripcord and be like, hey, I gotta think long term here. We can't adjust the tracks for if there's something a little bit sketchy here or there. Look how many riders hit that jump throughout the day, throughout the night show. The throughout the main event, right? Like, and it caught Levi off guard, and that was a mistake on Levi's point. So, you know, we can't just adjust the track always if there's a little bit of a sketchy thing. The riders need to adjust their pace, not us adjust the track.
Couldn't agree with you more.
Hi folks, Lee Diffie from NBC Sports here. If you truly enjoyed what you just watched, you can get more news, interviews, and highlights by subscribing to the Motorsports on NBC YouTube page. You can get it all, so go for it.